What's up, Warriors? Before we get into the video, again, a Warriors Defense Collection video via the Warriors Collection Network. Before we get into the video, the topic, plates. Should you buy plates or should you not buy plates? And what's the fuss? Why is everyone telling you you shouldn't buy plates? Real quick, some background on me. Military, and as a civilian, I did security, and I also was a messenger for Brinks. And I don't know if many of you know what a messenger is as for Brinks. It's the person that sits in the back of the truck that takes the money out of the truck, brings it into the bank or retail establishment, whatever establishment it is. Remove said make sure these transactions happen safely without any incidents occurring. Um, that was one of my jobs. During that time, I had to wear a plate carrier with plates, and my situational awareness was on like a million, alertness was on a million, and fitness at the time had to be top notch because I just got out of the military and I was still working out. So you know, and so I will put on a plate carrier for, let me see, 4 o'clock. I would have a plate carrier on from 4 o'clock in the morning to almost 7 at night. 4 o'clock in the morning to 7 at night, and I'm sure there's some officers out there that's probably wearing their plate carriers around the same time. So it's important if you're doing any kind of security, any kind of you're putting yourself out there on the line. It's important that you put on a plate carrier. For all those YouTubers and influencers out there that are trying to, discourage people from buying a plate carrier because of whatever nonsense they're drawing up, you know, of course there's different missions, different loadouts that you may need, but we're talking about people who are putting their life on the line to protect the ones that they love. So that whether you're wearing the plates at home, whether you're wearing the plates on your property and you're patrolling to make sure, if something takes off, you want to have a plate carrier on while you're walking however many acres you're walking to patrol. And if you're security detail for a church, if you're a security detail for a business, you don't want to be out there with no plates on. You're going to absorb a lot of bullets. I don't know how long you will last taking bullets from I don't know how long you will last. So, you have to answer those questions for yourself and don't allow someone else to tell you you don't need something because of whatever opinion they're basing it upon. This is America. You have whatever you want. I'm still trying to find a contact for a tank. So with that said, guys, enjoy the video. Drop a comment, hit the like button. If not, if you don't like it, hit the dislike button. Let me know why. Um, Enjoy the video. Warrior out. Plates. We've been seeing a lot of videos here in the past, I want to say month or so, where different YouTubers have been telling people they shouldn't buy plates. Whether it's veterans telling civilians they shouldn't buy plates or whatever the case may be. We're hearing people say you shouldn't buy plates. Well, I'm not going to be the one to tell you what you shouldn't buy because America. Secondly, I feel like everyone should have gear. I feel like it is important to have, plates, whatever gear you want, you should have it, right? On top of that, if you're going to have said plates, you should train with said plates. Uh, you should make sure you're physical fit for these plates. You don't want to be the person, you know, walking around doing patrols or whatever the case. Out in the city, you're standing protection in front of a building and you faint or drop or can't go on any longer because you're out of shape and you cannot continue to wear this, right? You don't want to be that person because basically you're going to be a cachet drop. You're going to be a loot drop. You're going to be a special gift someone finds on the side of the road or on the side of the building, whatever the case may be. Someone's going to take your stuff and you're not going to be able to stop them because you're going to be out of shape, out of breath, out cold because of heat or whatever the case may be. And you don't want that to happen. I don't want that for you. So I highly recommend that you train weightlifting, cardio, whatever the case may be. And then once you have these plates, you train in these plates. So you get the feel of the weight, you get the feel of, being in a plate carrier, and you get the feel of how you maneuver with your gear on, with everything on. You figure out how you're gonna properly move, how you're gonna properly set up your vest, your gun, your belt, whatever the case may be. You have all that stuff, and you need to train with it. Basically, you need to train with it. So one, I'm against anyone who says you don't need a plate carrier. Ask those same people, do they have car insurance? Ask those same people, do they have health insurance? Ask those people, do they have any type of insurance? If they have any type of insurance, ignore them, because why do you have it? But just in case, right? The same thing with plate carriers. If you're a person that carries, if you're a person that's in security, not insecurity, in security, right? Uh, you should have a plate. You should have a plate. If you're a person that's putting yourself in harm's way of others, you should have a plate. You should. Now, we're not going to get into a deep discussion about whether you should do steel plates or ceramics. Me personally, my pockets are not deep for ceramics. Ceramic plates have a shelf life of, I think, 5 to 10 years, 5 to 7, somewhere around there. It's not long. Steel lasts forever until you get riddled with bullets or whatever the case may be. Ceramic, if you drop it, if you fall some type of way, crack, your plate that plate is no good. Now you have to replace it. Again, my pockets are not that deep. Your pockets may be. All the YouTube influencers who are pushing you towards, ceramic plates, their pockets are deep. They can do that. Me, I'm not going to push you towards anything. I'm going to give you the information that I know, and let you decide what you should be doing. But we'll talk about, we'll go further into steel plates and ceramic plates on another video. But definitely, I encourage you to get steel plates. Again, if you're a person that's putting yourself in harm's way to protect others, you should have plates. Now, with that being said, here are my reasons why you should have plates. One, if you're a protector, you're standing in front of others to protect them from danger. You're protecting a business. You're protecting a congregation. Again, you're standing as the front line to protect others from evil. That's why you should have plates. It's very simple. If you can answer those questions for yourself, why do I need plate carrier? And if it's logical, then you should get plates with a plate carrier. But we're talking about plates. You should definitely get plates. If the answer is yes to, am I the front line? Am I holding the line? Am I security for my church? Am I security for a business? Am I security for my family? If someone breaks into the house, am I going to put on my plate carrier and go find the evil that's inside my house? If the answer is yes, then you should have a plate carrier. People who look at you and say you shouldn't have a plate carrier, including YouTubers, influencers, or whatever the case may be, ask them, do they have car insurance? Ask them, do they have health insurance? Ask them, do they have any type of insurance? And if their answer is yes, it's yes because for just in case purposes. The same thing, just in case. If you're carrying and you are calling yourself a protector, a warrior, then you need to have a plate. You need to have plates. All right. So I don't know where this came from, where people have gotten so high and so, I guess, YouTube famous that they're out here telling people that they don't need plates. It's beyond me. I understand, if you're coming, most of them are coming from the military, and you've built this whole thing around mission capabilities and transportation, logistics, and all of that stuff. I get that. Again, if you are standing, holding the line at your house, holding the line at your church, holding the line in front of a business, you should have a plate. You should have plates. It's that simple. Um, it's so simple. I don't understand how people make it so difficult. You are the first line of defense. You're putting yourself in harm's way. What's the best way to protect yourself while putting yourself in harm's way, right? Of course, the easy one is, stay out of harm's way. If you're putting yourself in harm's way, this is how you protect yourself. Ignore YouTube, those people, I'm talking to you, real life, practical issues that we're going to deal with. All that other stuff that they're talking about, whether it's logistics or, patrolling, that we can get into all that later. But if you're going to be a protector, you need these plates. I will say this, I highly suggest that you train in your plates. You put these things on, whether, walk a mile, walk 2 miles. Wearing these plates, the over time, you're gonna feel it. You're gonna feel it. So it's important for you to get comfortable, get familiar with it, so you know what to expect. So when it's time to put them on, and you have to go stand patrol or do a walking patrol around your land for a couple hours because things have went sideways, you don't want to be walking an hour into it and then drop and become a cachet drop or a loot drop for someone else. You don't want to do that. All right? So make sure you train. You train with them on, train without them. Make sure your physical fitness is up to standards. And I'm not talking low standards. I'm talking about high standards where you're pushing yourself every day. Again, let me throw this out there to you. There's 87,000 IRS agents training. 87,000 training. What are you doing? Listening to someone on YouTube tell you not to protect yourself? Anyone who tells you not to protect yourself or you don't need something, cut it. All right? So with that being said, guys, I believe we've covered enough information. I spilled out enough information, and it wasn't it's not groundbreaking. It's pretty simple. It's pretty simple. All right? So again, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this channel, like this video, turn on your notifications every time I drop a video so that you know the video is out. Also, if you turn on the notifications, you'll hear our podcast and everything else that we got going on with short videos, everything you will know. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, share the channel, and like the channel. Again, guys, be an asset. Be an asset. Train hard, train smart. Oh, before we get out of here, the headband, warriorscollectionbrand.com, black camo. Make sure you go check that out. I'm put a code in the description. I'm not going to tell you the description code. I'm not going to tell you the code. Check the description, find the code, apply it to the checkout. Bam. Go get yourself a Warriors Collection headband. Again, be an asset. Train hard, train smart. Warrior out.